All right, so now we're going to show another way to enter it in assignments in as points. This is if every assignment has the same number of points, or if you want everything to be one question worth the same as another question, no matter how many questions or how many assignments. So to do this, this makes more sense if I go back to my grade sheet. I'm going to add an assignment. I'm going to enter them as quizzes. So this is telling me that I'm going to say, or I guess I wrote as test, every single test I give always has 7 questions. So I'm going to call this test 1. And since my test always has 7 questions, I'm going to give it a max score of 7. This makes calculations and everything so much easier. Don't worry about the weight. The weight is kind of irrelevant in this case because every assignment, every question is always worth the same. We don't want to change the weight. Now the display type. Since every one is 7, I already know the points are going to be 7. So I'm going to go ahead and just change it to percent because I want to see their percent on how they're doing overall. So it'll be an easy grade mark conversion for me. So I'm just going to change it to percent here, and I'm going to save this assignment. Now since I have another test, I'm going to add another test here. Again, this is a test. This will be test 2. Again, it is also weighted with only 7 questions, a weight of 1, and I want to see its percent because if it's out of 6, out of 4, whatever, or only 4 or 6 correct, I know it's out of 7 because every one is out of 7. So let's save this and see how it works when we enter this. Let's go to enter scoring mode. Now in scoring mode for this one, on test number 1, he got 7 correct. So all I have to do is enter 7. On the second test, they've got 5 correct, so I enter 5. And it shows right there as 7 and 5. Those are the scores they've entered. Now if I exit scoring mode, it quickly converts it to percent, shows me the percent, and due to the weighting, the homework was weighted 25%, the test was weighted 55%. You saw the score shot up. They now have an 80. They went from failing to now having a B- in the class. So the weighting takes these two, the higher scores, brought his grade way up from his failing grade to a strong passing grade. Now if you needed to enter more information into these grades, you can always go back into grading mode, click these little arrows to open up. On this test, I want to give a score clarifier, and it shows you, oh, he was, what should we do? I don't know what we would do because he put them all in. If they were not graded yet, you could leave the grade blank and you could just select missing as a score clarifier. You could put a comment over here saying that his eyes were moving so that you can remember that he has moving eyes, and then you could look at other comments later, and if his eyes always seem to be moving, maybe you need to talk to him about keeping his eyes on his own paper or something like that. So these are the 3 different ways to enter grades. We did percentage, points, variable, and then points consistent, and to see how they all interact and work. And also when you do enter a comment, you get a little C there to show that you entered a comment. Kind of neat. So hope this helped you in creating assignments and entering grades. So good luck.